Every single building is down. All of those beautiful golden towers that are 1,000 years old, they're lying on the ground in smithereens, blown to smithereens. There's nothing left of them. They're just lying on the ground, never to be rebuilt again. Not possible to rebuild them again. And all of that heritage is gone. People have done a really horrible job. That would have never, if I were president, zero chance that a shot would even have been fired. It wouldn't have happened. So sad. To further turbocharge our
message in a
economy,
minute.
we've launched the most aggressive deregulation
We're
program
not at the
in
message yet.
any nation's history. And we're also going to be seeking the largest tax cuts in American history. Again, we brought them down, as you know, from close to 40% down to 21%. Now we're bringing them down to 15% if you make your product in the United States.
That's
of
good.
America.
I like that. Okay.
We're defending the American worker like never before, and that's why the auto workers and the union workers and the Teamsters and so many others, they supported us, the firemen, the policemen, so many others.
Side note, Biden never spoke like this.
They all supported us. They supported, it's full workers, and they supported us at levels that nobody's ever seen before. Weeks ago, I imposed a 10% tariff on all goods coming from China because of the fact that they're sending fentanyl into our country. Through Mexico, by the way. I'm not happy with Mexico, or I'm not happy with Canada either. I imposed 25% tariffs on all foreign steel and aluminum, and I will soon impose reciprocal tariffs on
aluminum. I like that. Okay.
Bro, it's been all night. What are you waiting for?
Shut up. I ain't getting paid for no commercials. We'll get to the message for Trump in a minute. It's about our mayor, Brandon Johnson, by the way.
Center. We charge them nothing.
Chicago.
They charge us.
We'll get to that in a minute.
We charge them. Our country's going to become rich again. Very rich.
We're
I always
almost
say
there.
it's my favorite word in the dictionary.
That's good.
The word tariff is my
rich
favorite
again?
word in the dictionary. You know, we were the richest.
I wonder if
relatively.
Elon Musk is going to audit Fort Knox
Think
to
of
find
this,
out if the
from
gold is really
1870
there.
to 1913, that was our richest because we collected tariffs from foreign countries that came in and took our jobs and took our
Bill Clinton
money,
did
took
that,
our
by the
everything,
way.
but they charged tariffs.
Bill Clinton did
We
all
had so
that.
much money, they set up the 1887.
Oh, wait, this is the right one. Here we go.
1887 tariff.
I was like, wait, where's the 47 at? I don't see no 47 on there. There's only 45. Wait, was that 47 or 45? Wait.
Wouldn't it be nice
Oh, it's
today?
24.
Of course, now we give it away
Oh,
to
2024.
transgender this,
Duh.
transgender that.
I was like, wait, where's
Everybody gets a
the... I was looking at the
transgender
ad, I'm like,
operation.
wait,
It's
where's the
wonderful.
70, where's the
No, we give it away
45th
like,
and
crazy
47th
things,
at?
but in those days,
2024.
It was a different world. It was a different country, but we were very rich.
We'll get to the
because of
message for
tariffs.
President Trump in a minute.
And I get myself in trouble.
I mean, the
because
message
say
I
that,
have to him.
Tariff is my favorite word. And the
I
fake
like that
news went
word.
Crazy.
Because
What
Bill
about God?
Clinton, he hated
What
that
about
word.
wife and family?
Camilla
What
hates
about
that word
love?
too.
I said, okay.
Joe Biden hates that
tariff
word
is now
also.
my fourth favorite word.
What was his fourth favorite word? I missed it. Did anyone catch
I got
his fourth
myself
favorite
into a
word?
lot of trouble with that. You can't believe it. I said tariff is my favorite word in the dictionary, and I got killed by the fake news. So I say now, it doesn't sound good. Tariff, it's my fourth favorite word. Tariff is my fourth favorite word. It sounds so terrible, but this way I'm free. I write free, you know. I don't get clobbered by the fake news. But tariffs are also a powerful tool of diplomacy, and all around the world are moving quickly to bring back peace through strength. We have the greatest, I rebuilt our entire military in the first term. We left
Yeah, I
a
know
lot
that.
of it,
We all know that.
although a lot of it, but very small relatively, in Afghanistan.
We need to go back to Afghanistan also, Mr. President. We got to send troops back over there to get our military equipment back. We need to get troops back in Afghanistan ASAP to get our Black Hawk helicopters, our military guns, our military tanks, and we need to go grab all that back from the Taliban. So we got to get troops back in Afghanistan ASAP. And if there's any hostages, possibly... Let me pause, Mr. President, for a second before we get to the main message of what this video is about. We need to also send troops back there in case, I don't know if there are or not, I'm not speaking on facts, but hypothetically speaking, how do we know that there's not American citizens right now being held in Afghanistan by the Taliban still? I mean, they might be long and dead by now, but still, like how Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, he took the military out first, and left the regular civilians before all the regular civilians got out. He took the military out. So think about this. You're in a foreign country with the Taliban. The military left without your government saying, hey, our military's leaving the country. You need to get your ass out of there now. Oh, wait, the military's gone. Oh, wait, who are you? You're an American citizen, huh? You know what? We're in charge again, the Taliban. We're snatching your ass up. You see where I'm going with this? How do we know right now that there's not Americans still stuck in Afghanistan being either A, held captive by the Taliban, or B, held captive because Joe Biden's dumbass pulled our military out of there and fucking alive or dead? How do we know we didn't get people left there that got killed by the Taliban? How do we not know that? Like, that's another reason we need to go back there besides getting our tanks, our Black Hawk helicopters, our planes, anything we left there, any of our billions of dollars of military equipment that Trump made under his presidency that got put into the military for Joe Biden's stupid ass to leave it in Afghanistan. Let's continue with what he's saying. We'll get to the main message in a minute. Besides, we got to go back to Afghanistan, Mr. Trump.
Thank you very much. And you're sitting next to a great guy, Sebastian Gorka, who's also now in the administration. From day one, right, Sebastian? He's been a loyalist from day one. We love Sebastian. Thank you very much, Sebastian. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sebastian. I don't know who you are, but thank
Beautiful.
you.
We're going to make it work somehow, doing the best we can. We started. Should have never happened. That's the sad
Hey,
part. Would
you
have
know
never
what?
happened.
If you ever watch my
President,
YouTube, President Trump, that'd be badass if you would like even do like an either A, you invited Lil Wayne, or Kodak Black. Hey, everybody. What the fuck is this motherfucker? Oh, this guy's in the middle lane. What the fuck, bro? You're driving in the middle lane? That ain't even a lane, homie. They're continuing on what Trump's saying.
The hostages have been returned back home. Some of them are coming home in very bad condition, and some of them
There's
are
their
coming
homies
home
tower.
only as bodies.
Chicago,
they're dead.
Illinois, Trump Tower, if this truck wasn't
A lot of
blocking
them
it.
coming home now, they're dead. And these are largely young people. Young people don't die. Young people are young people. They don't die like this,
Yeah, no.
but they're dead.
They're starving
And
them.
the parents come to me and they say, please, sir, could you get my son back?
Please, sir, can I get an invitation to the White House also? I know what you're
It's
talking about. It's a little more
just as
important.
important
Or
as
even
if
if you
their
just
son
pop
were
up on my
alive.
YouTube channel and like do
It's
an interview
amazing.
with me, Trump, that'd be so badass.
Amazing.
I know
Just
that would
as-
get my channel to like 1 million subscribers in like probably like within 2 hours if you'd be on my YouTube. But we're getting my message I have to you about our Chicago mayor and like next exit here. We're almost
Thank you.
at it.
It's amazing that the parents, the parents are strong. I mean, look, strong. What does strong mean? Strong is their life is ruined. It's ruined. I see the people, but they come up to me and they so to get them out of there, you know. And some are not sure. They're 80% sure he's dead or she's dead. But they have that little glimmer of hope, and I say, let them have that hope, right? Let them have that hope. But getting the body back
The
is
truth
just as important as
is-
getting the
Yeah,
son back healthy,
that's the
or the
truth.
daughter back healthy. It's amazing to see when I see the level of intensity and love and sorrow and tragedy. As I said in my inaugural address, it's my hope
Four-cylinder
that my
power.
greatest legacy will
Turbo.
be as a peacemaker, not a
display.
conqueror. I don't want to be a conqueror.
I wonder what happened if you put like a Hellcat engine in this car.
Under the Trump
Front-wheel drive
administration,
Hellcat.
every day brings more good news for America. I've ended all of the so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion programs
I
across
like
the
that.
entire
but
federal
That
government
gets a clap even.
and the private sector.
That gets a clap.
And notified every single government DEI officer that their job has been deleted. They're
Good.
gone. They're
I like
fired.
that. You're fired.
Get out.
Get
You're
out.
fired.
Held up from The Apprentice.
I made it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Yeah, I like that one. That sounds good.
That was easy.
Hit thumbs up if you agree.
I banned men from competing in women's sports.
That gets a clap. Hit thumbs up if
And I
you
also
agree.
proudly banned the use of... Yeah, thank you. We banned the use of puberty blockers,
Good,
hormone
yeah.
injections,
I like that.
and other
Thumbs up.
chemical and surgical mutilation.
Hit thumbs up if
of
you
your
agree with
youth.
this.
Can you imagine making a speech like this 10 years ago? People would say,
He's for real,
what the hell
right?
is he talking about?
Right?
This
What
is
the fuck are
sickness
you
that
talking
came
about?
along
You're
with
crazy. That's what they would have said
critical
10
race
years
theory
ago.
and all of that.
They would have said you're Joe
Other
Biden
things that
10
we
years
had to
ago
put
saying
up
some
with.
whack ass shit
And
like
it's all
that,
out
which isn't
now.
whack
Critical race
nowadays.
theory and transgender
It's all
insanity is all
bullshit.
gone from our schools
Good.
and from our military.
Yeah, I like that. Good
I
thing.
believe it's gone too. I think we've turned the heads of even the people that, if you can believe they're believers, I don't know if they were, but I believe that it's all gone. And I've directed
No, it's still
the
going on in some
reinstatement
schools,
of
I
any
heard,
service
Mr.
member
Trump.
who was expelled from the armed forces due to the
It's
COVID
not all
vaccine
gone.
mandate.
Yeah,
They will
good.
be returned to their former rank with
Hell
full
yeah!
back pay.
Good. I
Full
like
back
that.
pay.
Yeah, full back pay. I'm not a school teacher, but I'm glad for those people that didn't get that fucking devil shot. And a lot
I
of people are
banned
probably
government
dead from now.
censorship from your voices and
Good.
brought back free speech in America.
Hell yeah,
Free
that's
speech.
good.
We didn't
Thumbs
have
up
free
if
speech.
you
We
agree.
do have
Hit
it
thumbs
now,
up.
actually.
If you're agreeing with
No,
what
this
he's
is a very
saying,
vicious
hit that
regime.
thumbs up.
You know,
Come on.
I was put under investigation more so than the late great Alphonse Capone. One of
You
the
guys
great
hear it
senators.
okay? Comment. Can you
Trump,
hear?
my father would
Shivity,
look
are
down
you
my
watching?
mother.
Can
I
you
don't know
hear?
what this happened
Shivity's
to
gonna
my
take
boy.
show tonight, by
This
the
was
way.
his-
Go to
No, I
his
was
channel
under
for tonight's
investigation at a
action.
far greater level than Al Capone. or
Shivity
anybody else,
Smolsky. Go
probably
to his
in the history
YouTube
of
channel
our
for
country.
tonight.
These people are sick. They're sick.
I'm gonna
They're
be
bad
off tonight.
people.
Shivity
I
will be
ended Joe
working.
Biden's weaponization as soon as I got in. I said I'm going to hit him with the same stuff. But I ended his whole weaponization of our government.
Right here. This is what.
and
Hey, I gotta
removed
pause
his
this.
handpicked-
Oh, you feel that, Trump? Hold on. Here it comes. If you were in the beast right now, right here, feel this. Oh, feel this. Hold on. Wait, there's more. I could go all around Chicago and fucking do this shit. Right here. This isn't one of the worst ones. Wait, I think there's another stretch up here. Yeah, under this bridge. And we might. There's good stretches way worse than this. But man, Trump. All right, look, check it out. So Chicago spent like $40 billion on these goddamn immigrants, all right? And then Brandon Johnson wanted to fucking raise property taxes for everyone in Chicago by like an insane amount, and it was supposed to be like fucking like a $3 million fucking property tax raise on all of Chicago. And that didn't work out for Brandon Johnson. You had all them black people on stage going, yo, man, nah, they said, we can't wait till Trump comes get your ass for protecting these illegals. Now, Trump, I know we're Chicago's, and I know you'll probably never even see this video, but if you ever do see it, or your Secret Service sees it due to the title, hey, please let Mr. Trump know. I would love to be invited to the White House, or option B, if I can't get invited to the White House, I would love for him to come on my real news channel, YouTube channel, Johnny Smolsky, and do an interview with me. I know that would get, like 1 million subscribers probably like within the first 30 minutes. That'd be badass if somebody from the federal government could contact me and get me an interview with Trump. I have a lot of good questions I want to ask him. A real lot of good questions. Like, one of my questions is, do we really have all that gold in Fort Knox that they claim that's in there? Because I don't think all that gold's in there, in my personal opinion. Another question is, who are those people that attacked me on Elston Avenue in that immigration shelter? Who did they work for? Did they work for Chicago? Did they work for FEMA? That's just a personal question I want to know. What else? Oh, my viewers watching too. Comment below. If I ever ran for president, would you vote for me? Comment yes or no below in the comments. Click comment and comment yes or no, I will vote for you, or no, I would not vote for you if you ever ran for president. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I've been having a lot of people comment, well, not comment here, on other platforms, saying, hey, I should be the president. I should run for president. And what else? Let's fucking jag off in this Avalon. It's not even a parking spot, homie. You're not gonna fit. You don't got a fucking smart car, one of them little things that you'll get crushed in if you hit a semi-truck. Oh, but speaking of hitting semi-trucks, you know what today is? Today is since 2006, so let's see, if you go from 2006, we're in, 19 years since I got hit by a semi-truck. This is the 19th birthday of being reincarnated from getting 110 mile. Let me show you the pictures. Hang on. I got pictures to show. Oh, but basically, since we're not gonna wait, we're gonna hold the message for Trump because I think there's some more when I'm trying to get my point across up here. So we still got the main title of this video message right here. Wait, let me show some pictures I got to show real quick. Hang on, let me pull them up here. Give me a second. We'll let Trump talk while I'm finding these.
Most successful projects ever built in terms of money, monetarily, and it's the eighth wonder of the world. It connects two oceans, with one being 16 feet higher than the other.
Oh, I didn't know that. The
Think of
Panama
it,
Canal?
the Pacific and the Atlantic. Think of what that is. You're going through dikes and canals. Amazing what they did. It was really a wonder.
Everything you're doing is pretty good. I agree with
But
all
we didn't give it to China.
You're doing, President.
We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama. We're going to take.
But I will say this. Remember, Trump, the war on drugs was lost a long time ago. So, like, I don't know if you're handling that part right exactly. Like, Bill Clinton did that shit, and my mom got locked up because of that. Because of fucking his bill that he was speaking about in the beginning of the video, and I lost my mom for many years because of what fucking Bill Clinton's bitch ass did.
We're on the right track. Now exceeds the number who think we're on the wrong track. This is the first time in 23 years. That's hard to believe.
Let me get them pictures up. Hang on.
And we had one poll where we're at 81% right track, wrong track. I guess it depends on who, but that one poll, because Rasmussen's been a good.
I mean, you're never going to make everyone happy. I don't agree 100% with Trump. I think is the best person, and I think he's the best president ever. But I will say I don't agree 100% on every single little thing he's doing. But the majority of 90% of what he's doing or more, 95%, I do agree with.
That man suffered. That man suffered.
Which is almost damn near 100%.
The FBI thugs went up to him and they took away everything he had.
Hang on, I'm pulling up these pictures.
He's a great guy. They went after him. It was just terrible. This was a vicious weaponization of your government. But I'll tell you, he stood up. He's all man. He stood up strong, and nothing was going to faze him. And I want to thank you on behalf of everybody, Mike. You put up with a tremendous amount. And he never changed his mind. He said that election of 2020 was rigged.
Yeah, it was, Trump.
More of a believer today than he was even 4 years
February
ago.
28, 2006.
But now it's okay to say it, Mike. Now it's fine. Now, that's why, when it's a day where you can't challenge crooked elections, we've got a real problem in this country.
Yeah, we do.
As of January 20th, 2025,
That's the semi-truck.
High taxes, crushing regulations, rampant
That's what kind of car it is. Can you tell what type of car that is? Look at the front wheel and the front bumper.
Those days are over.
Compared to that. Front bumper, front wheel.
But we cannot stop.
Front bumper, front wheel, same angle.
Every single day. In the immortal words of that great American hero.
Oh, wait.
Captain
Oh,
John.
wow, wait. In about a half hour, I think, is when the accident happened. I think it happened around 11:30, actually. So about a half hour to the accident happened from right now. I believe it was somewhere between 11:30 to maybe, it would have been 10:30, yeah. It was somewhere between the hours of 10:30 to 1 p.m., I would say. It was probably about 11:30, maybe 12:30 if I was trying to guess an exact time. Look at that guy's wiper hanging like a motherfucker.
Going to work hard. We are going to fight, and win.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you to CPAC. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, here's the beginning of the speech. They're playing it on a loop right.
And a very special hello to CPAC.
Oh yeah, here's the beginning, what we missed.
It's been a long time. We've loved to see outside. They don't know what's happening.
I went to one, it's two of the speeches. I went to one with my wifey, and the other one I went in Racine, Michigan.
From Argentina, and a friend is here.
And you know what's crazy? At the one in Racine, Michigan, that's... Okay, so in Racine, Michigan, where he had that Trump rally, it's on my live. If you go to, like, whenever he was in Racine, Wisconsin. I mean, I think it was like probably like almost a year ago or something. So you got to scroll down pretty far in the live category. But I'm at his rally there, and you know what I was thinking the whole time? I was looking at Lake Michigan, where the president was standing, well, running president at that time, but I was thinking, I'm like, man, this seems really unsafe. Like, well, like there's a whole fucking open fucking lake here. I mean, I don't recall if I saw any boats out there or not, or if they had like a restriction. I was like, man, that seems really unsafe. And then look what happens fucking 6 months after I said that at that rally. I thought to myself, man, it really, and there was a couple tall buildings too I was looking at. I was like, wait, what about these tall buildings here? Like, I'm like, for someone this important and this great of a person, this doesn't really seem too safe. You know, that's the thing I thought about. But that makes him brave to do that, because honestly, if I was in Trump's position, this was before he got shot at that rally in Racine, Wisconsin. If I was in that position, I would be like, nah, man, we gotta put up bulletproof glass right there along the lakefront, and those buildings that reach above my view, those buildings got to be cleared out. If not, I'm going to be in a fucking bulletproof bubble. That's straight up how I would have did it. That took some balls, him doing that. And now then we play a few months later to Racine, Wisconsin, and look what happened. Right after I thought that. I was like, man, these rallies really don't seem safe, you know? I mean, shit. Especially when you got Antifa out there and shit.
Rasmussen just came out at 56%.
We haven't got to the message yet.
RMG,
I mean, we kind of did. Remember those
57%.
bumps back there? Those were part of it.
And we have many polls in the mid-60s, one at 71%. We like that, 71. And according to YouGov, a big deal.
Oh, I know where there's a good spot where I can start.
70% of Americans believe that what we are doing
that bump was part
is
of the
right,
message.
and we are keeping our promises. That's all we're doing, when you think, is keeping our promises. That's all we had to do. And their promises weren't worthwhile to go and vote for. They loved men playing in women's sports, open borders.
I bet they did,
like
fucking
that.
weirdos.
But don't tell them. Don't tell them. Keep it quiet. We'll tell them about a week before the next election. Now keep it quiet. Let them think it's a great
This
thing.
is 2 days ago, according to
You saw
YouTube.
Maine yesterday, right?
I would do that too if I was on a bike.
She's fighting to keep men in women's sports. You ever see what happens
That's
to
insane.
a woman
It's fucking
when
insane.
a woman boxes a man who transitioned to womanhood?
99.9% of the time, it doesn't
It's
end
not
well for the
pretty.
woman. Don't get me
It's not
wrong.
pretty.
There are some women that can fucking beat a tranny man, but that percentage is extremely small and unfair.
Nobody can. So today I want to say
There's
thank
a
you to
couple,
all
but
of
it's
the
very,
incredible
very
patriots of
narrow. It's
CPAC
like
and
probably
all
like
of the
1% of the woman
incredible
population.
patriots in our country. 77 million, and it's actually much more than that, because despite that, they cheated like hell. It was just too big to rig. It was too big to rig.
And maybe I had a slim part in that part, too big to rig, because if you remember, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I was going to all those immigration places around Chicago where they dropped them off at Des Plaines and Pope, the military base, the place on Elston Avenue, the several places Costa Rica was at, which was a YMCA, a place on the south side that was formerly a school, and then like one or two other places. I don't remember where that was at, but where was I going with that? I don't know, I was going somewhere with that. Continuing on with what you were saying. I lost my train of thought.
I first spoke
As it
at
happens,
this
you get hit by a
gathering
semi-truck
14
that
years
fast.
ago, and I won your straw poll. I didn't know anything about a straw poll. They took this big straw poll, and I won by like 27 points. And I figured, you know, that's good. Maybe I should keep doing it, and I did. And I became president. Isn't
Good
that
job.
great?
Yeah.
Who would think? But he...
Josie Martinez. What do you mean behind bars? What, you're behind bars, Josie Martinez? So wait, you're saying you got one of them burners in a jail cell right now and you're on my YouTube? You got a burner phone, Josie? You're in a jail cell? You're behind bars, you mean? Damn, man, tell me how, hey, comment, are you really watching from a jail cell right now? What did you do? Stick the phone up your butt? How did you keister it in there? Let me know. Comment.
And
So you're behind bars right now, Josie Martinez.
thank you very much. Great honor.
Let me know how you, so yeah, you're behind bars.
Now it's my honor to address
What
you.
jail are you
for
in?
the-
Are you one in like in the Chicago area? Are you in a jail like in another one? Are you in Illinois? Well, let's see what you said now. You can't see the first comment. What did the first comment say? Why won't it let me see it? Why don't you say it in a way YouTube won't block it? Why don't you say it in a way where YouTube won't block it so I can see what the first comment said? Because I didn't block your first comment.
Everyone they put together an amazing team, the American Conservative Union, for organizing this event.
Because what I'm getting at it right now is you just said you're behind bars and you must have keistered it in a cell phone. Or one of the guards slipped you a phone. I'm assuming your first comment off of common sense wouldn't say that, but until you give me something a little more that I know what I'm talking about, common sense, I mean, other than common sense being comical. Are you behind bars right now? Oh, right here, maybe this is a good one. Hold on. I don't know if they fixed it yet. Oh, they kind of smoothed it out. Maybe right there's a few. Hold on. That's my message. It has to do with potholes for Mr. President. Hang on, I think this next one will have a good one. Oh wait, I ain't running ads. That ain't my ad. YouTube ain't paying me for that. I ain't running nobody else's commercial. Fucking right there too. Alright, so either way, what I'm trying to get is there's streets way worse than this with potholes from curb to curb. Okay, so back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Alright, Brandon Johnson was trying to take like a 80 fucking raise taxes by like in Chicago property taxes like freaking like $30 million or some crazy shit. So then what he tried, because we were paying for all those immigrants, so then what he tried doing, they fixed it under here too, man. I was hoping under here I had a good one too. Anyways, I'm still trying to get to, if we don't pass anywhere good, I'll just tell them what the message is at the end, but there should be another patch up here somewhere. I just patched this way, I think. This is about potholes in Chicago, my message. I'll just put it out there. Alright, so all those potholes we passed, back to the message. So, like, alright, Trump. Alright, this mayor in Chicago is protecting the immigrants still, alright? Alright, so he didn't get his bill passed for passing the $3 million raise or $30 million, whatever it was. I know there's a big difference between $3 million and $30 million. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I know it's $3 million or more. Let's put it like that. In raising property taxes. He didn't get that passed, Brandon Johnson. So then, since he didn't, then he had an anxiety attack, and I think no amount of antidepressants in the world was going to save him from that immigrant problem. He wanted immigrants. Governor Abbott sent them here. He said, you want to be a sanctuary city? All right, you're going to feel our pain. We're going to send busloads of people to Chicago since you want it so bad. Here you go. So then the city fell into a deficit, and it got as high as spending like freaking, what did I see in the thing I saw? It was like in the millions. I don't know how many millions, but the city grew a huge deficit as more and more immigrants started coming into Chicago to house them, feed them, have them live better than homeless American citizens. And I got all of this on my video footage. If you scroll far enough back to the lives, there's some good ones at these immigration shelters, and including at this Blaines and Polk where they dropped them off, and the workers too. The workers were the most dangerous, honestly, in my personal opinion. The workers were, well, on some occasions, I had some occasions where the immigrants were, well, that's because there was no workers. They were living outside. The video I'm talking about now in particular, if you watched my channel long enough, is where we were walking through the field on a park somewhere on the south side at the police district, and I got ran up on by, like, fucking a bunch of immigrants fucking coming out of the tents and shit. That's what I'm talking about. So, don't get me wrong, where the majority of them when I met were nice. There were several of them, too, that I met were straight jagoffs and fucking, I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. But, to the point of what I'm getting at. Okay, so then, Brandon Johnson got a loan for the city of Chicago for like $80 million, I think it was. I mean, I don't know if my number's factually correct, but he got a loan from the city of Chicago for millions of dollars, okay? And they gave it to him. And he was trying to, now this is before Trump got into office. He was trying to use that money to pay for the immigration shelters and shit. And that didn't work out. So what they did was they said, okay, we're giving you the loan, the millions of dollars of loans, but you can only use it for fixing potholes and fixing the roads, what the loan is meant for. And it's insane. The loan's supposed to be paid back in like 30 years or something, like $80 million is supposed to get paid back to whoever gave Chicago the loan over the course of 30 years, which is an insane short time frame to pay back that big of a loan. And he's essentially bankrupting Chicago by pulling out that type of loan that can't be paid back. But they passed the loan on that one condition. The money's supposed to be used for fixing all the potholes that are fucking up my suspension. And I guarantee you, Trump, if you if you ever come to Chicago or let me talk to you somehow, even if it's through my YouTube, and ask you some questions, I'll tell you, man, hey, go take the Beast, which is the car the president rides in. It's all bulletproof, heavy as hell, heavy-duty suspension, big V8 or V12 engine. It's a Cadillac. It's a stretch limo one, heavy metal doors, bulletproof, bomb-proof, all that, tire-proof, fucking... And it's got, like, the whole motorcade following it, too, armed. But what I was going to say is, I guarantee you there's some bad roads in Chicago, man, where if you took the Beast, your presidential limo, if you took that down some of these roads, by the time you made it fucking up this block of potholes, that Beast, that suspension, you're going to need to replace suspension, probably some ball joints, some tie rods, because this is like driving through a fucking war zone, some of these streets in Chicago, man. I'm telling you, it's bad. Like, you can't even avoid the potholes. It's from curb to curb, so even if you go in oncoming traffic, you can't avoid it because the potholes are that fucking bad. And I don't see Brandon Johnson taking that in the last several weeks. I have not seen Brandon Johnson taking that $80 million and fixing all these goddamn potholes that are fucking up my tie rods, fucking up my ball joints, fucking up my springs and shocks. Man, all of us need to get together and do a class action lawsuit against the city of Chicago, against our cars for fucking up our suspension, for fucking having the roads get so bad and spending fucking 3 million to fucking 30 million or fucking whatever on immigrants, but they can't fix our fucking roads. So now I gotta suffer, and every other person in Chicago's gotta suffer because they gotta buy springs, shocks more often than they should, ball joints, bushings, tie rods, etc. because these roads are so fucked up. And when are you gonna put, hey, Trump, I wanna know, man, if you're anyone from your team ever watched this, when are you gonna put that jagoff mayor when are you gonna put him in his place? Because he's way out of line, and he's been out of line, and even the black people are agreeing with him he's out of line. Go watch the town hall meetings where they're yelling at him saying, fucking, you're spending fucking all this money on the immigrants but not putting any money back into our community. We can't wait till Trump gets your ass. Trump, we're waiting for you to act on fucking that mayor. All of us in Chicago.
Our team of warriors, patriots, visionaries, and put the America First agenda into action. I see Doug Burgum sitting right over there. He was so good. I looked at him. I said, I gotta have him here. I gotta have him. He was a great governor. He's involved with a little thing called energy. He's got the Department of Interior.
Oh, that's another thing, President Trump. I haven't, or if we want to do a crowd-funded projects, hey, comment if anyone would get in on this with me. We'll do a crowd-funded projects to start our own car company of cars that run on nothing but hydrogen. They will run on, or hydrogen, they run on half, they're like a hybrid. They'll run on half hydrogen and half gas, and they'll make the hydrogen as you drive. Because I've already done it. I've had it done with a Chevy Prism 2002. It was a 4-cylinder, and my gas mileage went from about like, what was I getting? Like maybe 22 city. It was a 2001 Chevy Prism. I won't get from getting like 21 miles per gallon city and like maybe close to 29, maybe 30 highway. It was a 2002, and something about those 2002 Chevy Prisms, any year before or after, their gas mileage was nowhere near as high as those range of those 2002 Chevy Prisms. And when we put the hydrogen on it, where it ran on half hydrogen, half gas, comment before I say it. How much do you guys think my gas mileage improved with the car? And you got to manually control the gas and the hydrogen. You could control, like, because the temperatures, you got to control it. But we got computers to do that shit. But I didn't have a computer to do it, so I had to do it manually. But you could have a computer control that shit, and it doesn't even got to be an inconvenience on the, depending on the temperature. The computer could just tell it, hey, we need this much less gas, this much more electricity, and boom. you're automatically getting freaking insane gas mileage. So if you didn't comment or guess yet, this is how much my gas mileage went. It went anywhere from about 20 to 24 city to 35 to about 55 miles per gallon city driving. I got like fucking like 15 to 20, sometimes even more depending on the weather. I might even there were some days I was getting like 45 miles per gallon city. And then guess what I got on the highway? So remember I told you highway was somewhere between like 25 to maybe like, let's say 31 prior. After the hydrogen was hooked up, I was getting damn near like, on a bad day, I would get like 60 to 50 miles per gallon. On a good day, I was getting damn near like 70 to 80 miles per gallon. And that was with the car running on half gas, half hydrogen. So comment if anyone would be down to start a crowd-funded project where you invest money into making a car company of cars that either A, will run on half hydrogen, half gas, or B, run on nothing but hydrogen. And I'm not talking the type of hydrogens that they're doing in California. I'm talking about you got a combustion engine just like now, maybe with like some tweaks to make it work better and more efficient, like maybe the angle of a V8 or 4-cylinder V6, maybe the pistons, redesign them a little, the cylinder heads, but it's basically just like a normal engine you got now with one little difference. Anywhere, because you got to think, rust. Steel is in engines that rust. So this is how you get around that. You're gonna have to use materials that don't rust. So you can even do this you could convert the engines out on the road right now to do this. And anywhere where that hydrogen will pass along will either A, have a thin layer with metal on the outside of a material that will not rust, or B, it'll just be completely made out of that, including your pistons, your piston sleeves, your valve openings, your valve closings, the exhaust, and you'll still get that same good car sound or muscle car sound, however you want to do it, a muscle car, non-muscle car. And I'm talking strictly right now, cars running on half hydrogen, half gas, and you could convert. See all these cars out on the road right now? Every single one of these cars right now can be converted to run on half gas, half hydrogen. I don't know what the long terms. I used it for about maybe 4 years, and then something unfortunate happened where the car was too damaged and it had to go. But honestly, I would have liked to finish off the experiment to see how long it would have took. And I drove it for about 4 years, and I drove it a lot, every single day. I was driving around all day, all night, pretty much. And out of that 4 years, I didn't have it on there long enough to tell, but I drove probably well over 100,000 miles or so, I would say. And I did not at that point yet, there were no problems from the water going through it. But I'm sure once you get in the higher mileage, it will eventually start to attack and cause slight rust, possibly. I don't know, it might not, because I didn't have the car that long and the experiment wasn't finished. And then Trump got in and the gas prices went down, and then I forgot about it. But even with the gas prices down, man, that's something that we should start looking at. Like, electric cars is not sustainable. And we don't make enough fucking electricity. And then not only that, what about once you got a power outage? What the fuck are you gonna do? You gotta fucking park your shit, wait for it to charge. The battery waste is being mined. You're using gas to mine the batteries. You're using gas to transport the battery acid. You're doing a lot of that in countries where fucking you're causing human suffering and whatnot. But yeah, that's my idea. Hydrogen powered cars. Even if it's half hydrogen, half gas, or just all gas. But I think that's all we got for today. We got to go immigrant hunting, so we're going to see if we can find another bus. We're going to see where the migrants are hiding. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, and we'll be back when we find some migrants. Thanks for watching, yo.